It's 10 July 2025, and today I'm very excited to be giving you the morning update exactly at 5 a.m. And let's go, because we've got so much to cover. And today I want to start with a massive story that is developing, and that is the escalating fighting in ZANU PF. And today we've got a story that we're going to be featuring from the Newsday newspaper. So the man you're looking at here is Danmore Mambondiani, and according to the Newsday newspaper, he is married to the daughter of Anselam Sanyatwe. So what has happened is that officers from Mnangagwa's office or the president's office have raided Mudhadha Liquors. According to this newspaper report, Mudhadha Liquors is owned by Danmore Mambondiani, who is married to the daughter of Anselam Sanyatwe, and 7 branches of the popular liquor outlet have been closed in Harare as part of a clampdown by Mnangagwa on Sanyatwe. And this is not only happening in Harare, but also in Mutare, where an ally of Mnangagwa has been cracking down on the businesses aligned to Sanyatwe. So Sanyatwe was previously removed as the army general, or the top army general in Zimbabwe, and was placed in the Ministry of Sports. So many people thought that Sanyatwe had jumped to the side of Mnangagwa. However, it turns out that Mnangagwa does not trust Sanyatwe and has been going through a process of decimating the businesses that are owned by Sanyatwe and the people around him. So the man that you're looking at here works for Discovery Ambulance Services. He's the CEO. He works for Hubert Angel. So he is the man that is financing the decimation of the businesses of Sanyatwe and the relatives of Sanyatwe. And the man is called David Mnowenyu. So David Mnowenyu, the CEO of Discovery Ambulance Services, has been decimating the businesses linked to Sanyatwe through closures and also through fines, refusal to renew licenses. So Mudhadha Liquors was actually fined. Previously, there were strange reports made to regulators to say that they were causing noise, and they've been targeted ever since 2024. They've also been taken to court. And when ZIMRA arrived to close Mudhadha Liquors, they arrived with members of Mnangagwa's office. So President's office officials arrived together with ZIMRA to close the Mudhadha Liquors, which is owned by Danmore Mambondiani. As you are aware, last year, Mambondiani was suspended after he was reported by Trinoma Chakaire and another senior member of ZANU PF, and was said to have bribed him or tried to bribe him with the $200. So in a strange case, it is said that Danmore Mambondiani arrived with a bag full of cash and tried to bribe Trinoma Chakaire with the $200. So as you can clearly see, Sanyatwe is not trusted by Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is destroying his businesses. In Mutare, Danmore Mambondiani is said to have been sponsoring people to decimate the business of relatives of Sanyatwe, including the wife of Sanyatwe. So these are the people who are going up against Sanyatwe, who is seen as a Chiwenga ally. So Mnangagwa believes that Sanyatwe is pretending to support him while secretly working with Chiwenga. So that is why they're destroying the businesses, so that these guys run out of cash. So this is our top story for today. A massive fight developing in ZANU PF. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga are fighting like a cat and a dog. And it's bad. It's terrible. If you're in ZANU PF, this is not nice. But if you're out of ZANU PF, this is amazing news. the terrible fight between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa spreading like wildfire and sucking in a lot of people, including Opam Chinguri, who is said to be working with the Danmore, with the Discovery Ambulance CEO, David Munowenyu. So you can see, I don't know these guys. So I know them from their work with the Discovery. I know him. They've done a lot of work with ambulances, but I did not know that he was actually actively working in Manicaland. He is destroying the businesses of Sanyatwe. And yesterday you saw him at the National Heroes Eka with his wife. So let's see if we can find him with his wife at the National Heroes Eka yesterday at the burial of Gata. Remember, the Mayashe sisters appeared yesterday at the same function at the National Heroes Eka, looking stunning in black. And as I said, I cannot blame Mnangagwa for what happened. But let's look at his wife. So let's look at his wife. There is his wife. That's David Munowenyu and his wife over here. So you can see he was present and is always present at Mnangagwa functions. He is very close to Mnangagwa and also to Hubert Angel. So Hubert Angel has been in the shadows. You haven't seen him in a long, long time, but he's doing a lot of work over there for Mnangagwa. Now let's go into our second story, which is Mnangagwa. Yesterday, Mnangagwa boycotted his own function at the interfaith faction, but he went to parliament. So you can go and check out the pictures of Mnangagwa in parliament. I did not see what he said. I was not paying attention to it. But I saw that Mnangagwa went to parliament. And what's happening is that Mnangagwa is trying to disassociate himself from Tagwire. But sooner or later, you're going to see Mnangagwa coming out and showing his face, because Mnangagwa and Tagwire are working together. Mnangagwa and Chivayo are working together. There is no time. Time is run out. So they're going to be forced to act. So Mnangagwa will be forced to act. He will be forced to move against Chiwenga. And I've told many people. So many people call me and say, Gambakwe, why do you say something about Chiwenga? Don't you support Chiwenga? Why don't you say Chiwenga is powerful and is going to remove Mnangagwa like suddenly? And I'm saying to many people, don't underestimate Mnangagwa and how far he's willing to go to make sure that his interests are protected. What are Mnangagwa's interests? Mnangagwa's interests are economic. Mnangagwa's interests are dynastic. So Mnangagwa wants a dynasty. Don't forget that Mnangagwa wants a dynasty. And a dynasty cannot be challenged. It's not possible. A dynasty ends by itself. So you're going to see that Mnangagwa and his family, they will do everything in their power to stay in office. They will create people that will protect their interests. But at the end of the day, the actual goal is to have a Mnangagwa in office. So you're going to see a Mnangagwa in office at the end of the day. So if Tagwire was to come in, he's going to be a placeholder. But the future game plan is for someone from Mnangagwa family to come into office. So that is Sean, Kuda, Emerson Jr., Collins, or Auxilia herself. So you're looking here at Mnangagwa's game plan. He doesn't think anyone in Zimbabwe is able to rule the country. So he wants a dynasty. So the first thing that they're going to do is to cut the snake from the head. That is what they're going to do. They're going to go after Chiwenga. And what they're doing now is they look at Anselam Sanyatwe and they say, what exactly is Sanyatwe doing for us? What has Sanyatwe done for us? And they see, no, Sanyatwe has not done anything. And they probably have intelligence to say, what is Sanyatwe doing? They've got people spying on Sanyatwe. And that is why they're now going after him. It's a game plan. It's well planned. And they won't stop. So don't think Mnangagwa is going to stop by himself. He's going to need to be stopped. Action needs to be taken. And at the moment, the action that is currently being taken is not enough, because people that support Chiwenga are getting decimated. They're getting destroyed. And that includes people here in South Africa, Ananyoka Mabunu, Mdarageza on the run, and now we have Danmore Mambondiani on the run. This man was also accused of being part of the people that supported the 31 March protest. So you can see how it's going. There's also another man called Owen Makumbe. So Owen Makumbe owns this business, Madhadha Liquor, together with the Danmore Mambondiani. So there are many people behind this business, and Mnangagwa is well aware that there are so many people who are behind this business. He's digging deeper, and he's also going after any source of funds. So eventually, there will be no money left in the businesses that support or are seen to be aligned to Chiwenga. So you can see that this is a clear game plan. And the use of officials from the president's office is new. Normally, officials from the president's office are not used for such things. What happens is that normally Mnangagwa will just send people that are not related. So Kwekwe guys who act as CIO, they are sent to these things. Mnangagwa deployed over 50 of these guys in South Africa at the height of the plans for the 31 March protest. And they did a lot of work here. They were torturing people, they were kidnapping people, including Nyoka Mabunu, who was kidnapped here in South Africa. So you can see that the game is moved to Zimbabwe. The action, now Mnangagwa has moved the action to Harare. So that is where it is. So if you're in Harare, be careful, because you know that the game is in town. That is on the left side, you have Tagwire, you've got Wikino, and then on the right side, you've got the intelligence guys who are working underground, finding out which businesses support Chiwenga, and then they go after those businesses one by one. So that is the decimation of Madhadha Liquor through the closure of 7 branches this week, refusal to give licenses, false reports of making noise, and then going after the businesses connected to Anselam Sanyatwe and his wife in Mutare or in Manicaland. So that is what has happened. That is the update. You can go and see the full story inside of the... Okay, I think we've lost our network. So let's try to fix our network right now. Just give me a second for us to move to a different network. Just give me 1 second to move to a different network. Apologies about that. Apologies about that. Let's move to a different network. Okay, so we're back and let's go to news. I want to go into news and apologies for that. So that normally happens once in a while. I don't know why, but let's deal with other issues. So now let me quickly go through the lawsuit that has been served on Fai Maher. So I'm going to take you through the papers. So court papers have been served on Fai Maher by Tino Machakaire. So that is official court papers have been served by Rubaya and Chatambudza law firm. So Rubaya and Chatambudza served the papers on Fai Maher yesterday. And let me take you through the court case very quickly. I do not agree with people suing each other politically because I think it makes no sense. But let me show you the papers. So Tanmac Motors has served papers on Fai Maher, and the papers relate to the following: publication of offending statements regarding Tanmac Motors Private Limited, our client, and we refer to posts authored and published by yourself on X, formerly Twitter, which contains copies of offending posts. We are aware that Mr. Tino Machakaire has, through his legal practitioners, already put you on notice in writing regarding some of your offensive posts, insofar as they impact on his reputation. So these are the things that they are complaining about and which they've taken to court. Are you aware that your name came up in the criminal abuse of office trial of Douglas Tapfuma, a former State House official? Do you know that he was on trial for abusing a government facility to import 5 personal vehicles? Is it true that he testified in court to also abused his government duty-free facility to import personal cars? Did anyone notify you that Tapfuma said that your company, Tanmac, did the exact thing that he was being accused of, using the same documents? Did he ever abuse the government duty-free facility to import personal vehicles? Would you accept that any person who would do such a thing would be a Chigananda in the true sense of the word? We need new leaders. So that is the papers that have been served on these attorneys. And so, is it true that you registered Tinmac in 2007, which is the year you acquired your first truck? Is it correct that you bought your first Rolls Royce in 2005? You had not bought a single truck or started Tinmac, your trucking company, yet? Is it true that you were the head of logistics for Command Agriculture, a farm input scheme run by Mr. Kudakwashe Tagwire? So you can see that Tagwire is featuring again in these papers. So you can go and check out these papers. They are widely circulating online. Obviously, I've got my sources of getting data, but you can clearly see that Fai Maher is being sued, and I believe that the amount is $100,000 US. And Fai Maher has already countered the first suit, which came from Tino Machakaire, and now we have a second lawsuit from Tanmac Motors against Fai Maher. I don't know what this is about, and I don't want to speculate what the fight is about, but I think these are Twitter fights, or what to call, someone says something, you should respond to the thing. Don't go to court. That's a waste of court time. But this is what is happening. There are 2 lawsuits against Fai Maher and 1 counter suit against against Tino Machakaire, which is currently in court. So you can go and check it out, and obviously this will play out in court. Then let's quickly go to other news. Popular actor Fanny Freemon has died. Freemon is not his real name, but that's what he acted as inside of Gringo. And that was his girlfriend, Madumbe, over here. Very popular. I think no one in Zimbabwe doesn't know this too. And as you're aware, before Gringo died, I had the fortune of trying to assist him when he was really sick. We tried to assist him. He did some few episodes for us. We did interviews with Gringo on almost a daily basis. The guys from Gringo and all the actors are struggling. Before Freemon died, he called Wickno Chivayo and asked for assistance. That is around January. Unfortunately, Wickno was not able to assist him. But I don't blame Wickno. It's not Wickno's job to help everyone. But I'm saying this is how bad it is. Many, many popular people are dying because you are popular with nothing. So in Zimbabwe, most popular people have nothing. You'll be shocked at some of the popular people, what they do for money. It's terrible. Look what my Jeremiah is up to. Then let's go to Jenny J. Jenny J, one of my favorite shows. I watch these guys on a daily basis. Today, they are featuring a man with 5 wives. And this man is saying all his wives are happy. So go check out this episode on Jenny J show. So this man, I've also featured him on Gambakwe, so you can go and check out the story where he features. He says it's all biblical and it's called Makumbe. So go check out Makumbe and his 5 wives. What I've realized though is that only 4 of his wives always show up on pictures. This tells me that they are the first wife or the other wife doesn't like featuring. And what he says is obviously that he runs a business, a courier company. He also is a agronomist or of some sort. I don't know. But what I think is his wives look a little bit the same to me. Like they look like they've got the same shape. I don't know why someone would get wives with the same shape. Like if you wanted 5 wives, right? You get a big one, a slim one, a short one, a tall one. Then you get the difference. But Mafunde's wives, guys, they are the same height. They are the same shape. The only thing I see here is the different, probably different complexion, and also the different shape of the nose. That's all. But Mafunde himself is doing well. If you want to do the family, have that shape, slim shape, you do well. And he explains that he's able to satisfy all his wives. Urukutadza mukadzi 1, Mafunde ane vakadzi 5. Sorry, wadhara wangu. Kana uchitadza mukadzi 1, wakabroka. Okay, now let's go to Africa. I want to go to Africa quickly. And that is the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, has arrived in Namibia yesterday. So you can go and check out the video. He went and addressed the parliament of Namibia. Remember, what's happening is that BRICS is planning to spread out across the whole world. And what they're doing is they're going where the United States normally goes, and they're cutting deals. So that is Brazil, India, China, and all the other countries which are there. They're now getting to be a number of countries. So he went to Namibia yesterday. They cut deals there in energy, in shipping. They sold each other weapons. And Nandi Ndaitwa, to me, I don't get it. Remember, she's married to an army guy. So is Namibia a military government or what? So it's possible. So this is very strange. I was watching this the whole day. It's very strange because it's making the Americans very unhappy. BRICS, they don't like BRICS. So last night, as we slept today, they have slapped Brazil with 60% tariffs, the harshest tariffs you have ever seen. South Africa was slapped with 30%, and I don't know what's going to happen with India. India has got the highest tariffs in the world. So let's see what happens. They'll probably get slapped with 100% tariffs after this, because whatever they're doing doesn't make President Trump happy. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a terrible mess, and I hope that Zimbabwe doesn't try to join BRICS. I don't think BRICS is a real thing. I personally believe that BRICS is a protest structure. It's a protest structure. It's not a real thing, and nothing will ever come out of it. Now, let's quickly look at the newspapers. I'm going to start with H Metro newspaper. So let's start with H Metro newspaper. Guys, what I saw, Pana DJ Ola, like, I can't, like, I don't know. I just believe that my Jeremiah is not okay. So she needs our help. She doesn't need our ridicule. When I was watching her talking to Sly Media, I realized that something's not right. So guys must not take advantage of this woman. She's actually going through a lot. So what the hell was Ola 7 and my Jeremiah smoking in X-rated interview? Guys, I can't watch this. It's terrible. I watched a few minutes of it, and then I just got out because it's terrible. What they're doing to this woman, she's not mentally okay. Like, she literally, she needs someone to cancel her, because what's happening when she talks, you can see that she's not like, she talks about her husband, and then the next things that she describes makes you wonder if she has a husband and what's happening with that husband. Honestly, I don't believe that everything is okay over there with my Jeremiah. But I talked to her last week. I will never do an interview with my Jeremiah. I will probably try to get help for her, but I will never do an interview with her myself. Then let's look at the Herald newspaper. Today is Thursday. Herald newspaper is the biggest on Thursday. So they have the biggest business feature on Thursday. So go check it out. Let's go. New heroes must now emerge. You can see with the auxiliary, appetite. Ever since she got sick last week, she is not speaking. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with auxiliary. I want you guys to observe next time she speaks. Observe very carefully what happened. She did pull a Muhadi last week, where she was just rambling and not making sense, but you could see that she was collapsing. She was having an episode. So go check it out. They've removed the video, so you will never see that video on ZBC. That day when she was in Rwanda, it's been removed because of that reason. And then you want to see the family here. I think one person who's doing well ever since he started hanging out with Sekuru Masuka is Jenfan. Maybe it's because I'm biased because of Sekuru, but Jenfan has done very, very well. You can see his posture has changed. But who is that man sitting between him? When I was in Harare, I went to Garwe's office. So, guys, I'm not lying to you. I went to Garwe's office. I met officials from Garwe's office. And I sat there in the office, and they were normal guys. It was perfectly normal. Nothing wrong with them. And that was the time when I was doing some projects in Zimbabwe. So we met over there. And then let's see, Air Force of Zimbabwe General Administration Air Commando Maurice Mujikwa presents an award to the best student, Master Sergeant Shamiso Mahaso. My baby Air Force man. I can tell you a story about baby Air Force. Proposed donation of land. So go check out. As I said, on Thursday, the Herald newspaper is the biggest. So it's got, if you've got $1 1 week, okay, $2. You buy one on Thursday, and then you buy the Sunday Mail on Sunday. Then you yakwana, Mariako, yakwana, if you have to choose which newspapers to buy. So this is a big newspaper. I can't do a lot here. There's a lot to cover. Go and check it out. Amazing newspaper. Probably one of the biggest newspapers in the region. So the Herald, it compares very well with the newspapers here in South Africa. But what is missing and what is lacking here is balance. So just put a little bit about Chamisa, about Geza, about Chiwenga. Put some stuff that is not about Mnangagwa. Then your newspaper will have so much people buying. You won't die if you write about Chamisa. But way around. It's news. That's what happened. Write what happened. And Jennifer, don't let these guys write. Just there's people's voice, for God's sake. In fact, let's look at people's voice. I think there's people's voice on this platform. Okay, there's no people's voice. They've removed it, but there used to be people's voice on my platform. Then let's look at Chronicle before we quickly go to regional news. Chronicle Zimbabwe. Okay, Chronicle Zimbabwe normally goes on the ground, so they cover things that happen on the ground. So let's see what news they covered from the ground. Okay, I want to quickly look here. Do you see there's nothing on Gukurahundi? Whatever is going on with Gukurahundi, absolutely nothing. So what exactly are they talking about? Let's look Patisanyati. So Indus Arts Festival said to honor Patisanyati. So Patisanyati passed away, I believe, last year, and they're going to be honoring him. So Patisanyati, I used to go to his house at Escalating at Habane. So I want to tell you guys, my friend Tulis Nyati used to take me to Patisanyati's house. So Patisanyati was his, I think, uncle. So I used to go there, and he was a very nice guy. I used to just go and see him like a normal person. So it's amazing for me to see the guys doing this into an arts festival set to honor Patisanyati. So you see that I've got many experiences. That is because Gambakwe Media is a spiritual channel. I'm the only guy who, while walking in town, Mugabe's guys just called me and said, Gambakwe, come here. And I found myself standing right next to Mugabe. I'm not talking like 20 meters, what? Mugabe was speaking and he was right next to me. When I was walking, I was passing by the art gallery and the guys just saw me and said, come here. And I went inside. Mira right next to Mugabe. How many of you have stood next to Mugabe for no reason? Okay, let's go to the Zambian newspapers. Ndinofarira kuzvibiga. Kunonzi kuzvibiga. Kuzvibiga. Kana kuti kuzvifonera. That is Gambakwe for you. Let's see what else is in the Zambian newspapers. I'm particularly looking for one story, and then we're going to call this a day. Normally we do 45 minutes every morning. There is no person in Zimbabwe who does 2 hours live a day. Let's say Vaka broker. Vaka broker. Vanotaura sabasa. Vazhinji vacho. Vaka bhadarwa. Now let's go to the Zambian newspapers. Okay. HH explains scaled down on travel. So President Hakainde Hichilema has not been seen in public for a while. He has obviously met the US ambassador 2 days ago. I'll show you a summary today. I got very busy. But President Hakainde Hichilema has met the US ambassador of Zambia, and he has not traveled. Now let's see what he says. President Hakainde Hichilema says he has chosen not to travel locally and internationally over the last 1 month to put closure to the lingering issues around the burial of former President Edgar Lungu. So that was it. So let's look at what this picture says. President Hakainde Hichilema, with the Minister of Home Affairs and International Security, Jackie Mulumbu, Minister of Foreign Affairs, American Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez. So you can see the ambassador of the US in Zambia. There is a full briefing where the whole thing was done in public. So you can go and check it out on the Facebook page of President Hakainde Hichilema. But I'm looking for a certain young lady here, Faith Musonda. So let's see if Faith Musonda is out. Remember, she's being charged with espionage. So if you're being charged with espionage, you don't come out at all. Like you totally live inside jail for good until they feel like letting you out. So let's see if Faith Musonda is out. Guys, I'm sorry I didn't get time to read this newspaper before. So it appears as if Faith Musonda is not out. But I'll give you guys an update here as soon as possible. Remember, she's being charged with a very serious crime of trying to storm the house or the state house of President Hakainde Hichilema. But my understanding is that she's being charged with espionage, and therefore no court appearance. She has not appeared in court at all. Initially, she was being charged with trespass and being a nuisance. But my understanding is that she's now charged with espionage, and that is Faith Musonda here. The side chick of the late Edgar Lungu, she did something very crazy and went into State House at 1 a.m. in the morning and was apprehended over there. So I do not know why she did it, but she is currently being held at police headquarters or HQ, where she is obviously going under some form of interrogation. But the Zambian guys, they don't interrogate you like the Zimbabwean guys. They are so nice. It's like you're in an American police station when you're arrested by the Zambians. Now, let's quickly go to Sowetan. So South Africa only do one newspaper today. Sowetan. So Sowetan says 300 million spent in 8 years, and to fix what? To fix this thing here. So Ekurhuleni office block refurbishment initially budgeted for 46 million, now needs 39 million to complete. Forensic report outlines inflated material prices, poor workmanship, and 70 million in unauthorized payments. And then Gigawa has lost bid to block ex-wife's TV interview. So the Untied is showing, and Sonia Booth was on it last week, or is going to be the first episode. Then let's see if there's anything else of interest here. Okay, I think there's nothing which interests me. Let me quickly go to Business Day. All right, Business Day. If you're in business in South Africa, you cannot go a day without reading this newspaper. So, Treasury is wary of bill. Concern raised about holding company for SOEs. So, the Treasury has raised concern about the National State Enterprise Bill, including whether the establishment of a central holding company for state-owned enterprises would trigger a call on guarantees by lenders. So that's Mutapa. The same thing that Mutapa did. South Africans wanted to do it. And then HIV funding has received 753 million from Treasury. And then let's see what else is of interest here. There's normally the markets down here. Let's go to the markets. And Thursday, they normally talk about the cars. So let's look at the cars that are being featured here. So the Cherry sub-brand Lepers to launch on local shows in 2026. That's an amazing car. Go check it out. And then forget ownership. Leasing cars is the feature. Says AFVIS COO. So that is what we have today on all the news. What else have I not covered? Let's look at the comments very quickly. Let's start is, what is the meaning of that Freemon picture there? So let me show you. That's Freemon and Madumbe in the movie Gringo. So they were acting. That's how most people know them. So Freemon and Madumbe, they were probably boyfriend and girlfriend. As usual, if you've got a big house and they've got a gardener and a maid, they are probably so Kudara, there was this guy. I'm not telling a story. Guys, most of the funny but normally a gardener and the guy who works in the house, they are no worries. Then let's go to other comments. Chuenga looking good. Kuda aka broker. Dumzani is gone. And then let's see. Auxilia looking very well. Gambakwe Zoro. No Zora in the video. Dinaro video Auxilia. Even when I'm not a man. Don't Zora video Australia. Auxilia. And do you know That's shown in the Buddhist video. Munyara. Yeah. Let's see. We saw Auxilia at the Heroes Ega yesterday, looking alive and well. Okay. Mgoma Peter, nobody's here. Moda three Buddhists, Magab Visa pa online. Tori Zora. But anyway, it's none of my business. Kana chidona, mshadona pa public, mnomiviga kupi. Mnoisa kupi kana kanyazoro. Wara Auxilia. Wait, I say. Okay, let's go to my people. Auxilia, yeah. Okay, I want to quickly look at Mini. I like Mini very much. But someone phoned me and say, why would you put my picture Mini? Regaizo zomfana. Donets. And it donets giri. And it donets okumanya. Murukurasika patra bablas. Murukurasika patra bablas. So let's look at Mini. She's amazing. Her dressing is on point. Look at her. And look at Mudhadha. And you know Mudhadha Chawea is amazing. Look at his haircut. It's amazing. Chwenga is doing very, very well. Looking so presidential. Look at that. Look at the ties. The guys are matching. Doing very, very well. I like it. Chwenga, 10 out of 10. That is Chwenga over there. Mudhadha Anogona. And then let's compare. And I'm comparing with Mudhadha. So. Mudhadha Mnangagwa. Boom. Over here. What do we think? Mnangagwa is sitting next to Mudhadha in parliament. I'm going to check this out. I want to see what it looks like. And also, remember, he was with Auxilia over here. This dress, it reminds me of something. I like it. I like it, Mama. I don't want you to fight me. Because I know Auxilia, if she fights me, no done. No done. If you want me to do it, let me fight Auxilia. No done immediately. Because she can say, Gambakwe mbate, msamureka. Yeah. Then let's go to President Maboko. As I said, President Maboko doing very well. He's going around the country. You can't lead if you are not a prophet. Right, I don't hear most of that, but you can go check it out. This page is entertainment. You will love it if you go here. Let's go to President Akani Chilema. Female soccer players. Zambia, Bushe, have you heard the news from Morocco? Bali. So 3-2 Zambia. Kana wasinga ziyezvineta vasikana vesoka wakapusa. And then Faith Msonda. This is a parody account, by the way. She's parodying. It's not her. So it's someone parodying her. That's according to what I've heard. And then Madam Boss, obviously. Kwatonora. Yes, there's a code front here. And then Naomi, say my bride, Annie Drama, Zimlash Closet. I don't know who that is. Zimlash Closet, call me. I'll feature you for free. And if you've got a proper business that want to be featured, come on, Gambakwe, I'll feature you. I don't charge at all. In my whole life, I've never charged anyone for a feature. So can I own a business rako? Rino gona. And didi waka broker. Can I own a business no gona? Come to Gambakwe. And if you're able to wake up, you will sit here with me in the mornings. We'll tell our business rako 5 minutes. There is no one in Zimbabwe who doesn't watch Gambakwe. That means unokwaza kuzuwana wakugadzira dress ra Auxilia. Wakumusonera madress. Imagine that. Nakidza. But do you see that the security of Mnangagwa and the security of Chwenga are wearing the same clothes? That is crazy. I can't believe it. So that's crazy. Okay, I think we've covered everything. This has been amazing. It's 45 minutes exactly. I'm talking longer than Makandiwa. Makandiwa, my favorite pastor. Do you know Makandiwa was supposed to officiate at my wedding? Did you guys know that? That was going to be crazy if that had happened. Makandiwa, on my 20th anniversary, which is, 2026. I think maybe I got it correct or wrong. No, 2031. Makandiwa, 2031, you're going to officiate at my wedding. Anniversary year, 20 years. Is it 20 years or 30 years? I don't know. Somewhere there. Today it's a Makandiwa. And then Pisa. Right, I think we've covered everything. This has been amazing. Let's recap. We said Mnangagwa is now going after Anselam Sanyatwe. So Mnangagwa, while pretend to like Sanyatwe, has been decimating the businesses linked to people around Anselam Sanyatwe. And Danmore Mambondiani over here is married to the daughter of Sanyatwe. Their business has been closed. 7 branches closed this week by officials from Mnangagwa's office and ZIMRA. And also, many complaints have been made about them from odd sources, people just complaining about the business, and also refusing them licenses. And in Mutare, another Mnangagwa ally, David Mnowenyu, the CEO of Discovery Ambulance Services, has been decimating the businesses of the wife of Sanyatwe. So, working with Opam Chinguri, David Mnowenyu has been decimating those businesses, causing their closure, and all sorts of problems. You can go and look at that story in the Newsday newspaper. There's a little bit of that in there. So I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again a little bit later. If there's anything interesting, I'll come up. But if there's nothing, our news readers read the news throughout the day. Our website is the most updated website in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for watching, and a good day to you all.
Push on the beat.